Introduction. Have been hearing about people going through a midlife crisis. Generally supposed to occur between 40 and 60 years of a person's age period. No one knows the reason or the length. It depends on the person, men or women. More common for men versus women. Men's period generally lasts for about 3 to 10 years, while females may be half of that, 2 to 5 years. Is it that women handle it better or have better hormones to handle it? Anxiety and depression are the most common symptoms that people go through. Small things which were not of any consideration earlier become insurmountable problems to be dealt with, sometimes even leading to panic attacks. Anxiety could be for travel, it could be for work, it could be for even things a person used to enjoy earlier. Sports, hobbies, you name it. This could lead to boredom with things that were routine earlier or even looked forward to by the person. The person becomes disinterested, and that leads to more complications. A person working a 9-to-5 job is impacted if the disinterest is for the work they are doing. Extreme disinterest leads to performance issues, leading to job dismissals. Sometimes affects people start withdrawing from the society. Frequent calls to family and friends become more and more infrequent. Days go by, even months, before people connect with other people. The outside world is oblivious to the person's problems. They start believing that the person is ignoring them, stroking their ego, and thus the other person also starts the ignore process. So instead of getting help from family and friends, the effect is that of Newton's law. They get an equal and opposite reaction from the other person. So, if you ignore someone, they ignore you more, and the distance between them grows. This exacerbates the problem, and they fall more and more into this abyss. You also get a lot more nostalgic. You yearn for things in your past. Maybe getting to experience things like their childhood. You want to meet people in your past, but not making any effort to do it. It is just a wish. Nothing concrete is done to experience it. Another effect is the financial impact. You spend more on unnecessary stuff. You start buying things you don't need. Clothes, something for the home. Could be anything and everything depending on the person's financial condition. Multiple cars, bikes, or houses if your finances are strong. If you are in debt of $20,000, another $5,000 doesn't make much of a difference, so your debt also increases. The midlife crisis, myth or reality? The concept of a midlife crisis has long captured the imagination of popular culture, often evoking images of middle-aged individuals buying flashy sports cars, making drastic career changes, or engaging in behaviors that seem out of character. This phenomenon, characterized by feelings of discontent, self-reflection, and a desire for change, is widely recognized but also highly debated among psychologists, sociologists, and cultural commentators. The question remains, is the midlife crisis a genuine psychological event, or is it merely a cultural stereotype perpetuated by media and popular narratives? The psychological perspective, a real phenomenon? From a psychological standpoint, the midlife crisis is often described as a significant life event that can be triggered by a variety of factors. One of the primary catalysts for a midlife crisis is the realization of one's mortality and the aging process. Middle age is a time when many people become acutely aware of the passage of time and may begin to reflect on their past choices, achievements, and regrets. This heightened awareness of mortality can lead to feelings of anxiety, dissatisfaction, and a sense of urgency to make significant changes in one's life. Career and financial concerns are also frequently cited as triggers for a midlife crisis. Many individuals reach middle age feeling stuck in their careers, unfulfilled in their professional lives, or dissatisfied with their financial situation. These feelings of stagnation or unfulfillment can contribute to a midlife crisis, prompting individuals to reevaluate their career paths, pursue new opportunities, or seek greater financial security and stability. Relationship issues can also play a significant role in triggering a midlife crisis. Marital problems, divorce, or the empty nest syndrome, when children leave home, can lead to feelings of loneliness, loss, and uncertainty about the future. These relationship challenges can prompt individuals to reassess their relationships, seek marital counseling or therapy, or even contemplate significant life changes such as separation or divorce. The skeptical perspective, a cultural construct. Despite the widespread recognition of the midlife crisis as a psychological phenomenon, many skeptics argue that the midlife crisis is largely a cultural construct that is not supported by empirical research. Critics of the midlife crisis theory contend that the so-called crisis is simply a normal and natural part of the aging process, and that feelings of discontent, anxiety, and a desire for change are not unique to middle age, but can occur at any stage of life. Furthermore, some researchers point out that the midlife crisis is not a universal experience and that individual experiences of middle age vary widely. Factors such as personality, life circumstances, and cultural expectations can all influence whether or not a person experiences a midlife crisis, making it difficult to generalize about this phenomenon or to identify clear-cut symptoms or characteristics. The midlife crisis, a detailed exploration of its relative term midlife crisis, has become deeply embedded in our cultural lexicon, conjuring images of middle-aged individuals grappling with existential questions, making impulsive decisions, or embarking on dramatic life changes. This phenomenon, characterized by feelings of discontent, self-reflection, and a desire for change, has been the subject of much speculation, debate, and research among psychologists, sociologists, and cultural commentators. In this detailed exploration, we will delve into the complexities of the midlife crisis, examining its historical roots, psychological underpinnings, cultural significance, and evidence to determine whether it is indeed a real and universally experienced phenomenon or merely a cultural stereotype. Historical roots of the midlife crisis concept. The term midlife crisis first gained widespread attention in the 1960s, fueled by the work of psychologists like Elliot Jock, who coined the term midlife crisis to describe a period of emotional upheaval and self-doubt experienced by some individuals in middle age, typically between the ages of 40 and 60. Jock and others theorized that this period of crisis was a normal and inevitable stage of adult development, characterized by a reassessment of life goals, values, and accomplishments in the face of aging and mortality. However, it is important to note that the idea of a midlife crisis predates Jock's work and can be traced back to ancient times. Philosophers and writers throughout history have explored the themes of midlife introspection, questioning, and transformation. For example, the concept of the midlife journey is a recurring theme in literature, mythology, and religious texts, reflecting humanity's enduring fascination with the challenges and opportunities of middle age. The concept of a midlife crisis is not a modern invention, but has its roots deeply embedded in human history. Throughout the ages, philosophers, writers, and thinkers have explored the themes of midlife introspection, transformation, and the challenges associated with aging and mortality. Understanding the historical context of the midlife crisis concept provides valuable insights into its evolution and enduring significance. Ancient philosophical and religious texts. The themes of midlife introspection and transformation can be traced back to ancient philosophical and religious texts. In ancient Greece, philosophers such as Socrates and Plato pondered the nature of life, virtue, and the human condition, exploring questions about the meaning of life, the pursuit of wisdom, and the inevitability of aging and death. The midlife journey in Eastern philosophies and religious traditions. In Eastern philosophies and religious traditions, such as Buddhism and Hinduism, the concept of the midlife journey is deeply ingrained and plays a significant role in understanding the human experience of aging, transformation, and spiritual growth. These traditions offer profound insights into the challenges and opportunities of middle age, providing guidance and wisdom for navigating this critical stage of life. The idea of life as a journey of self-discovery, enlightenment, and spiritual growth is a recurring theme in these traditions, reflecting the universal human experience of seeking meaning, purpose, and fulfillment across the lifespan. The Four Noble Truths and the Middle Way. In Buddhism, the midlife journey can be understood through the framework of the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, which offer a comprehensive guide to understanding suffering, its causes, and the path to liberation and enlightenment. The first noble truth, the truth of suffering, acknowledges the inherent challenges, difficulties, and imperfections of human existence, including the experience of aging, illness, and death. The second noble truth, the truth of the origin of suffering, identifies the causes of suffering, including attachment, desire, and ignorance, which can become particularly pronounced and challenging during middle age as individuals grapple with changing life circumstances, roles, and identities. The third noble truth, the truth of the cessation of suffering, offers hope and liberation by pointing to the possibility of transcending suffering through the cessation of attachment, desire, and ignorance. The fourth noble truth, the truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering, outlines the eightfold path, which includes principles such as right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. These principles provide a practical guide for cultivating wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline, which are essential for navigating the challenges and opportunities of middle age with greater awareness, clarity, and equanimity. In addition to the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, Buddhist teachings on impermanence, non-self, and interdependence offer valuable insights into the nature of reality, the impermanent and interconnected nature of all phenomena, and the importance of letting go of attachments and identities that can become obstacles to personal growth and spiritual development during middle age. The Four Ashramas and the Path of Self-Realization in Hinduism. The concept of the midlife journey is articulated through the framework of the Four Ashramas, or stages of life, which provide a comprehensive guide to understanding the human life cycle and the spiritual path to self-realization and liberation moksha. Brahmacharya student stage. The first stage of life is characterized by learning, study, and the pursuit of knowledge and ethical conduct under the guidance of a teacher guru. This stage lays the foundation for spiritual growth and personal development, preparing individuals for the responsibilities and challenges of adult life. Grihastha householder stage. The second stage of life is characterized by marriage, family life, and the pursuit of material and worldly responsibilities, including work, social obligations, and community engagement. This stage offers opportunities for personal growth, ethical conduct, and the cultivation of virtues such as compassion, generosity, and selflessness through the fulfillment of familial and social roles and responsibilities. Vanaprastha retirement stage. The third stage of life is characterized by gradual withdrawal from worldly responsibilities and social obligations, allowing individuals to focus more on spiritual practices, self-reflection, and inner exploration. This stage provides opportunities for deeper self-awareness, transformation, and the cultivation of wisdom and detachment from worldly attachments and desires, which are essential for navigating the challenges and opportunities of middle age with greater equanimity and spiritual insight. Sannyasa renunciant stage. The fourth stage of life is characterized by complete renunciation of worldly life and the pursuit of liberation moksha from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth samsara. This stage represents the culmination of the spiritual journey and the attainment of self-realization through the cultivation of wisdom, devotion, and detachment from worldly attachments and identities. In addition to the four ashramas, Hinduism offers a rich and diverse spiritual tradition encompassing a wide range of philosophical, theological, and mystical teachings, practices, and paths yogas, including Karma Yoga, the path of selfless action, Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion, Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge, and Raja Yoga, the path of meditation and self-discipline, which provide valuable insights and guidance for navigating the challenges and opportunities of middle age with greater awareness, clarity, and spiritual insight. Literary exploration of midlife themes. The theme of the midlife crisis has also been a recurring motif in literature throughout history. Writers and poets have long been fascinated by the challenges and opportunities of middle age, exploring the themes of self-reflection, transformation, and the quest for meaning and identity. One of the earliest literary works to explore the midlife theme is Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy, written in the 14th century. In this epic poem, Dante embarks on a journey of self-discovery, confronting his mortality, sins, and the complexities of human nature as he navigates the circles of hell, purgatory, and paradise. In Shakespeare's plays, characters such as King Lear and Macbeth grapple with the challenges of aging, power, and moral responsibility, reflecting the universal human experience of confronting the limitations of mortality and the complexities of the human condition in middle age. Psychological and philosophical exploration in modern times. The concept of the midlife crisis gained more formal recognition and exploration in modern times, particularly in the fields of psychology and philosophy. In the early 20th century, psychologists such as Carl Jung and Erik Erikson began to explore the stages of adult development, including the challenges and transitions associated with middle age. Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, introduced the concept of the midlife transition in his theories of individuation and the development of the self. Jung believed that middle age was a critical period of self-reflection and transformation, characterized by a deepening awareness of one's own mortality, the integration of unconscious aspects of the psyche, and the pursuit of greater self-awareness and authenticity. Similarly, Erik Erikson, a developmental psychologist, proposed a psychosocial theory of human development that included a stage of generativity via stagnation occurring in middle adulthood. Erikson argued that middle age is a time when individuals are faced with the challenge of balancing their own needs and desires with the responsibilities and obligations of work, family, and society, leading to feelings of satisfaction or stagnation depending on how successfully they navigate this stage of life. Cultural perspectives and stereotypes. Despite the psychological theories and evidence supporting the existence of the midlife crisis, many skeptics argue that the midlife crisis is largely a cultural construct perpetuated by media, popular narratives, and societal expectations. Critics of the midlife crisis theory contend that feelings of discontent, anxiety, and a desire for change are not unique to middle age, but can occur at any stage of life. Furthermore, some researchers point out that the midlife crisis is not a universal experience and that individual experiences of middle age vary widely. Factors such as personality, life circumstances, and cultural expectations can all influence whether or not a person experiences a midlife crisis, making it difficult to generalize about this phenomenon or to identify clear-cut symptoms or characteristics. Empirical evidence and research findings. The debate over the reality of the midlife crisis is further complicated by conflicting research findings and empirical evidence. While some studies have found evidence to support the existence of the midlife crisis as a distinct psychological phenomenon, other studies have failed to find consistent or compelling evidence to substantiate this claim. For example, a longitudinal study conducted by psychologist Daniel Levinson in the 1970s identified a pattern of midlife transition characterized by introspection, questioning, and reevaluation of life goals and priorities. Levinson's research suggested that the midlife crisis was a universal and inevitable stage of adult development, occurring between the ages of 40 and 45 for men and slightly earlier for women. However, more recent research has challenged Levinson's findings and questioned the universality and inevitability of the midlife crisis. Studies have found that while some individuals do experience a period of emotional turmoil and self-reflection in middle age, many others do not, and that the experience of middle age varies widely across individuals and cultures. How to deal with it? There is no one-size-fits-all treatment for it. Multiple things can be done. First and foremost, being about sharing your feelings. Identify the closest person you can trust. It doesn't have to be everyone in your family and friends circle. A husband can confide in his wife or vice versa. Sisters can confide with their brothers or even someone in their friend's circle. Identify that friend who has your back, who would lend a shoulder for you to cry on. Exercise can help. Engage in some meaningful exercise during the week. You don't have to exercise daily. Build your routine. It could be 3 days a week, or even 6 days a week. Make sure you have enough time to rest. Frequency is not important. Repetition is. So repeat things every week. Make it a habit. There could be variations to keep things interesting. If you do weights, maybe try cardio for a month. Change will keep things interesting for you. For the ease of that repetition, be more positive. It's easier said than done, as this is the hardest part. Identify what makes you happy. Meditation, writing a diary, or maybe developing some hobby. Keeping yourself busy is the key. Not to sound cliched, but like they say, an empty mind is a devil's workshop, so keep yourself busy. Extreme cases may even require help from a psychiatrist or therapy with a psychologist. There is no stigma. Take the first step and take their help. You may have to hop around to find that perfect psychiatrist or psychologist for you, but that is part of the process. Don't get discouraged. Conclusion. The complexity and nuances of the midlife crisis is clear, however, is that middle age is a time of significant transition and change for many people, characterized by a reassessment of life goals, values, and priorities in the face of aging, mortality, and changing life circumstances. Whether or not this period of self-reflection and reevaluation constitutes a crisis is ultimately a subjective experience that varies from person to person. The concept of the midlife crisis has evolved over time, reflecting changing cultural, philosophical, and psychological perspectives on aging, identity, and the human condition. From ancient philosophical and religious texts to modern psychological theories and literary works, the theme of midlife introspection, transformation, and the challenges associated with aging and mortality has been a consistent and enduring theme throughout human history. Understanding the historical roots of the midlife crisis concept provides valuable insights into its complexity, depth, and universality across different cultures and periods. It reminds us that the challenges and opportunities of middle age are not unique to our modern era, but are part of the timeless and universal human experience of seeking meaning, purpose, and fulfillment across the lifespan. The concept of the midlife journey in Eastern philosophies and religious traditions, such as Buddhism and Hinduism, offers profound insights and guidance for understanding the challenges and opportunities of middle age. These traditions provide a comprehensive framework for navigating this critical stage of life with greater awareness, clarity, and equanimity through the cultivation of wisdom, ethical conduct, spiritual practices, and the pursuit of self-realization and liberation. By embracing the teachings and practices of these ancient traditions, individuals can transform the challenges of middle age into opportunities for personal growth, spiritual development, and the attainment of greater meaning, purpose, and fulfillment in life. Ultimately, the midlife crisis, whether real or perceived, serves as a reminder of the challenges and opportunities of middle age, offering individuals an opportunity for self-exploration, growth, and transformation. Whether viewed as a psychological phenomenon, a cultural construct, or a natural part of the aging process, the midlife crisis continues to intrigue and fascinate us, reflecting our collective fascination with the complexities of human development, identity, and the search for meaning and fulfillment across the lifespan. Midlife crisis, while widely recognized and debated, remains a multifaceted and complex phenomenon that defies easy categorization or universal definition. Rooted in both psychological theories and cultural narratives, the midlife crisis reflects the profound challenges and opportunities inherent in the process of aging, self-reflection, and personal growth. From a psychological perspective, the midlife crisis is often described as a significant life event that can be triggered by a variety of factors, including the realization of one's mortality, career and financial concerns, relationship issues, and the search for meaning, purpose, and fulfillment in life. These psychological challenges and transitions can lead to feelings of discontent, anxiety, and a desire for change, prompting individuals to reassess their life goals, values, and priorities in the face of aging and changing life circumstances. In contrast, cultural perspectives on the midlife crisis often portray it as a cultural construct perpetuated by media, popular narratives, and societal expectations. Critics of the midlife crisis theory argue that feelings of discontent, anxiety, and a desire for change are not unique to middle age, but can occur at any stage of life. Furthermore, cultural and societal norms and expectations about aging, success, and happiness can contribute to the experience and perception of a midlife crisis, shaping individuals' attitudes, behaviors, and decisions during this critical stage of life. Moreover, the historical roots of the midlife crisis concept reveal a long-standing fascination with the themes of midlife introspection, transformation, and the challenges associated with aging and mortality. From ancient philosophical and religious traditions to modern psychological theories and literary works, the midlife journey has been a recurring theme throughout human history, reflecting humanity's enduring quest for meaning, purpose, and fulfillment across the lifespan. Despite the ongoing debate and controversy surrounding the midlife crisis, what remains clear is that middle age is a time of significant transition and change for many people. It is a time when individuals are faced with the challenge of balancing their own needs, desires, and aspirations with the responsibilities and obligations of work, family, and society. It is also a time of self-reflection, reevaluation, and transformation, offering opportunities for personal growth, spiritual development, and the cultivation of wisdom, compassion, and self-awareness. Ultimately, whether viewed as a psychological phenomenon, a cultural construct, or a natural part of the aging process, the midlife crisis serves as a reminder of the challenges and opportunities of middle age. It invites individuals to engage in deeper self-exploration, introspection, and personal growth, encouraging them to embrace the complexities and uncertainties of life with courage, resilience, and an open heart. The midlife crisis, whether real or perceived, continues to intrigue, fascinate, and challenge us, reflecting our collective fascination with the complexities of human development, identity, and the search for meaning, purpose, and fulfillment across the lifespan. It reminds us that the journey of life is a continuous process of growth, transformation, and self-discovery, offering opportunities for learning, healing, and the cultivation of greater wisdom, compassion, and understanding for ourselves and others.